Bondi and Maria. You're listening to Gwyn and Tonic on BBC Radio Lancashire this afternoon. Welcome to the first show of the year and the decade.
Oh yes, new decade as well.
It is, yeah.
I saw something right this week online. You know when you think back 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Tell me, when was 30 years ago? Quickly, when?
2000.
It was actually 1990. You've ruined my thing there. Because when I think 30 years ago, I think 1970. But 30 years ago was 1990. How depressing is that?
See what it's,
See where I'm going? But never mind.
Up,
you obviously have not had enough coffee so far.
Or too much, I think. Might be the truth of the matter.
So as it is the first show of the decade, and it's January, and it's around that time when everybody starts thinking about coming out of that cheese coma. They're no longer blood type B negative. They're moving into some kind of new goals and new fitness regime. We've got our first guest on the show on Gwyn and Tonic today. Hello, James Calderbank.
Hello. Thanks for having me
Welcome
on.
to the show. Now, James is the founder of the Transform Hub, which has 2 gyms at the moment around Preston, a men's gym and a ladies' gym. That's right, isn't it?
Yep.
But we're going to, first of all, before we kind of get into the story of how you've helped lots of different people in Preston, we're going to talk about you, James.
Okay.
All right, so rewind with the crowd say Bo Selector, as Craig David said. Did you see him on New Year's Eve, by the way? It was very good on New Year's Eve.
I thought it was terrible.
Oh, I loved it.
I clicked it on and then I clicked right off it. I was like, oh my goodness, what is this?
I'm sure from stalking James's Instagram you've seen him live in Ibiza as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I've actually,
Yes,
yes.
you have.
A couple
But-
of years back, yeah.
Anyway, I digress. Let's go back to the beginning. This show is all about what fitness means to you. When did your fitness journey start personally?
So mine probably started when I was probably 18, something like that. As for what you said before we come on the show, I was naturally never really into sports, fitness, or being healthy really until I left like school and college. I was a little bit overweight when I was younger. I wasn't self-confident. I never did well in PE or anything like that. I think it was unmarkable in PE exams. Just put it into perspective. Anyway, yeah. So I went through all this stage not feeling good, and then when I started working at BT when I was sort of 18, 19. I met George, who's actually one of our trainers, who's now my best friend, and he got me into training properly, really. And then within a year or two, I'd done men's physique competitions. I've really gone in hard, really, with training, eating well.
When you say men's physique, is that bodybuilding?
Yeah, to a degree, yeah.
Is that the one where you get really fake tanned and then they're all like oily enough photos?
Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah, well, hopefully you're not going to dig the
I want
pictures
to
out.
see those photos.
They're old days.
Find them. What colour pants did you have on at that period?
Well, physique, it's not panties.
Oh, is it
as such.
shorts?
Yes, it's shorts. I think like blue
Right.
shorts to go with the whole
Did you
blue
have to,
sound.
have to learn all those poses, like lat spread and all that?
Yeah, I can't say I was the best at them, but I tried and I did okay. Yeah, and that's where it all started really. So.
And at the time you were working in IT, so sitting down at a desk job?
Yeah, sitting down at a desk job, and I sort of every morning I went in and I knew it wasn't for me really, and I decided actually, no, I need to change now before I get more responsibilities and things. So I throw myself into things without thinking about it sometimes. So I just quit my job, and then I went and did all my PT quals, started learning that. And then I ended up being
personal training for anybody not down with the lingo.
Yes, sorry, yeah. Personal training. Did all my qualifications, and then started as a PT. So within 10 months after leaving, in Total Fitness in Preston.
And you worked as a personal trainer for a while in Total Fitness.
Yeah, 6 or 7 years, something like that.
And you kind of had this idea to take people from doing one-to-one personal training and make it a little bit bigger, didn't you?
Yeah, that's it. So I started on one-to-one, and I ended up I was doing 12, 14-hour days, trying to get as many clients in. Like, it got really popular in there. So, in the end, it was destroying me every day. Like getting up at 5, getting back at 10 o'clock every night. It's great, and I love every bit, but there's only so much you can do with that.
Yeah.
So, I actually started pulling all my one-to-one clients into small groups, and I actually found that the results got 10 times better. They made friends with each other. The retention rates were better for clients because we got them into more of a community and actually a sense of belonging. Rather than someone just coming to train for an hour with me, they started meeting friends that have got similar goals to them. They have people that can keep them accountable, not just me, but that they'll go and train to go outside sessions
it's like
as well.
Healthy competition as well as community.
Yeah, exactly. So before you knew it, all my sessions were just groups. Had no one-to-one clients because it just worked so well, really.
And then that's when the idea came.
Yeah, and
to
then
make it bigger.
Yeah, then we started running 6-week challenges from in there. The manager at the time was really good. He helped me out, let members in for free, and then we sort of tried to get them to sign up to Total Fitness after the 6-week challenge.
Yeah.
So we're bringing in new clients for the gym.
Who are your main clients? Are they like? Is it was it women? Was it men? Was it of a certain age?
It was
group?
mainly ladies, sort of between 30 to 60, really. I just never naturally attracted young people. I don't know why that happened.
How old are you now?
27.
And when you're talking about this period back in time, how old were you then? How long ago was that?
24.
So you're 24, but you're training people aged primarily between 30 and 60.
Yes, exactly.
And so you saw a market there for people who needed that extra support.
I didn't see it as a market at the time. I just enjoyed that. I
Yeah.
like having good conversations with people, meaningful conversations. And yeah, obviously after a time, as I got a bit smarter, I realised that there was a good market for it, yeah.
Which we'll chat about because James has gone on to open up his own business and win some awards as well, which is great because this show today is all about what fitness means to you. So if what fitness means to you, you can get in touch throughout the show. You can call us on 0800 7833 583. You can text us. Start your text with the word Lancs and text it to 81333. Or you can get to us on Twitter, which is
At BBC Lancashire.
I did those numbers for you because I know you can't read
I
that
actually,
sign.
yeah, the reason Gemma always does this insight here is because I've not got my glasses on, I can't read it across there.
She thought she'd left them in my car the other day, but they're not there, never mind. Right, we're going to be carrying on chatting to James Calderbank from the Transform Hub and some awesome members who've got some really awesome stories about what fitness means to them. After this, it's the weekend and Blinding Lights.
It's the weekend and Blinding Lights. You're listening to Gwyn and Tonic on BBC Radio Lancashire this afternoon. We're talking everything that fitness means to you, how it can change your life, how it can affect your mental health, everything. And we'd love to hear from you, so please get in touch. You can tweet us at BBC Lancashire if you would like to tell us quickly what it's meant to you, because we want to hear from as many people as possible this afternoon.
And I'll
Go
read
on,
out the
Gemma.
numbers.
Gemma
because
will
they
read
can't
out the other numbers.
You can call us on 0800 7833 583, or you can text us, start your message with the word Lancs and text it to 81333. Standard message rates apply. I'm going to make you some big ones and put them on so you can see them.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So we are here joined by James Calderbank. We've just been chatting to James from the Transform Hub in Preston. And where we left off with your story was that you became a personal trainer, you started doing group personal training sessions and realised that you really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
But people got results because there was a sense of community.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then what happened next?
So we started a 6-week challenge. We did a few times within Total Fitness, and they were going really well. From how quick they come around, it was we had to fast track everything through what we need to put in place, but we made it work really well. And then how it come to an end at Total Fitness, they no longer let me bring clients in from outside Total Fitness. So obviously our model was bit wrecked from there. So fortunately, I had a really good guy called Damien that let us use his gym and go and finish our current 6-week challenge off there. And then while we were finding our other place, so
it was all panic stations thinking, oh my goodness, I need to go and find somewhere.
Well, yeah, we had like 40 ladies that were halfway through a 6-week challenge, and we had nowhere to put them. So they were great. They really understood us. So.
And you opened your first gym. Where was that? That's
just off Strand Road, yeah.
Off Strand Road. And that now has become your dedicated men's gym.
Yeah, the men's hub. Yeah.
And reading an article recently that you did with the Lancashire Post, you were talking about establishing the first men's group after discovering that Preston had been dubbed the suicide capital of England, and some 471 people took their own life in Lancashire from 2012 to 2014.
Yeah, it's more Blackpool, actually.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But it's
still well within the heart of Lancashire.
And I think that we talk openly on the show about mental health quite a lot, and men sometimes don't talk, do they?
No, and I can be the biggest advocate for not doing that in the past, yeah.
So you decided to open this specialist men's kind of centre.
Yeah.
And we've got one of your members from there, Jed Moss. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Don't be nervous.
I'm very nervous.
Just pretend we're just having a chat and we're down the pub.
Well, we are just having a
We're
chat.
just having a chat. Nobody's listening. It's fine. How long have you been a member, Jed?
I joined last February, and Yeah, it's completely changed my life. There's too much to explain why. When I originally joined, I was so sceptical. A friend got me to go after months and months and months to get me to go down. And the biggest turnaround was one day in February. I was putting my socks on, and I just couldn't believe how hard it was to get a pair of socks on at 43. And I was just so embarrassed with myself.
So you were doing nothing at all at the time, kind of? No.
No, mainly going to the pub after work and basically going nowhere in life, you know. So.
And obviously, you've said you're okay for us to chat about this. You lost your son Luke 4 years ago.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
And that was like probably the lowest point in my life. Yeah, it was hard.
Luke was 14.
Yeah.
Died tragically and suddenly in his sleep a couple of days before Christmas.
He did, yeah.
And as a fellow parent, I don't know how you come back from that. I really don't. And I don't know how you ever get over that.
No.
But you found a place where you could kind of help, I suppose,
Yeah.
that to cope, I suppose, with that grieving process.
Exactly. For 3 years after that happened, I was in a pretty bad place in my mind, and yeah, I didn't really care about my own health. That was the last thing I cared about.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was probably just keeping going for others, for my wife really, and my other son Lewis. And yeah, so I joined the hub. And yeah, I lost the weight straight away. Within 6 weeks, I was 1.5 stone lighter.
Wow.
So I just started
That
to
is
feel.
impressive.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, so it felt so much better.
And you put the socks on a lot easier then, I'm
I
saying.
can get
Yeah.
socks on easy.
So that's your initial 6 weeks. You decided to carry on.
Yeah.
It's 11 months later. What are you feeling like now?
Oh, awesome! Absolutely awesome.
You've got a good pair of biceps there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, I'm actually an ambassador now at the hub.
Okay.
James asked me to be that, and I couldn't specify enough how much I get so much out of people helping them now. And just the little way that I can, just measuring and then seeing somebody lose like 4 centimetres of their waist, and they're so happy with it, and it makes me feel so amazing inside. Just to see their reaction, and yeah, it's a good thing. It's changing lives, and that's what it's all about.
So what does that involve, being ambassador? What do you actually do?
Basically, I'm a one-to-one, so people can come up to me when the trainers are busy or whatever, and they can ask me what they think they need to be doing to make their lives better. And what I do is once a week, I'll get a bunch of guys, I measure them and weigh them, and then we just discuss what calories they've had in the week and what their meal plans have been like, and if they've cheated on weekends, and how they can sort of be better for that. And
Are they a bit more honest with you, Jack?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
they are. Yeah.
Let me say that I think Jed's well undersold what he does there, really. So obviously, because Jed's been through, and it's not like we say everything, but they know Jed's been through every bit of it. So Jed really supports the lads, and he's just so looked up to by everyone for the amount of him he gives to everyone, and that's why he's such an amazing ambassador for the hub, and he's always there to support anyone no matter what they're going through.
And what's the kind of common theme for men? Do they talk about, do they talk about their mental health at all once they've got into the fitness, or is it still just very much?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a new bunch of guys just came in yesterday, and I can remember when I was one of those, and they're pretty quiet, and you can tell when what we do is you take a picture when you first come, and it's just for that person to see, nobody else. And everybody's taking the and they're making excuses up, and they're trying to hold their stomach up, and just like just be honest. And I was exactly the same.
Yeah.
And as you become fitter, you can talk about things much better. I mean, I think when I got to the age when I started the hub, I was like, you have a bunch of friends and you have just that amount of friends. Now I feel like in 12 months I've gained like 40 to 60 new friends, and I love them people. Do you know, I love helping them, and I love talking to them, and it's just crazy to make that many new friends in
So
such a short
inspiring.
time.
It's
Hear that.
very, very inspiring. Well, we're going to carry on chatting to Jed, James, and we've got a couple of ladies as well from the Transform Hub, because today's show is all about what fitness means to you. After this, it's Sting, an Englishman in New York.
That is Sting, and an Englishman in New York. You're listening to Grin and Tonic. This is BBC Radio Lancashire. This afternoon we're talking everything fitness. We've got, I do believe we have a caller.
Yeah, so we've got James Calderbank here from the Transform Hub, and a little bit like, you know, when you see those reality TV shows where the stars have been caged up forever, and then they get a phone call from somebody meaningful. Yeah, this is what's going to happen. Because on the line, we've got Rob Sefton. Hi, Rob. Hiya.
Hiya.
Rob, tell us. James is looking. Oh, you know.
Rob,
this
I'm
is.
so happy you're on, mate. I was excited. Couldn't think of anyone better.
So, Rob, what does fitness mean to you? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how did you get started with this? What made you start with your fitness journey?
Oh.
That's lovely.
And how long, Rob, have you been a member at the Transform Hub? Yeah.
4 or 5 years now, isn't it?
4 or 5 years you've been working together.
Yeah.
How fun. You know what? One thing you mentioned there, Rob, you said you're no longer diabetic. Were you type 2 diabetic? Pre-diabetic. So you went to the doctor, got your HbA1c levels measured, and were told that you're in that range. Yeah. Yeah. No. But you found fitness, and you feel that you're fighting fit, and like you said, you've rebooted your operating system. Amazing. Rob Sefton from the Transform Hub, thank you so much for getting in touch and letting us know. Right, we've got to find out what's happening on the roads with Nick Arkell.
That is Sam Smith and Normani, or Normani. We've been having a debate about how we pronounce that.
Dancing with a stranger. Who
Dancing
knows?
with a stranger.
Sam Smith and somebody else, yeah.
Yeah.
You are listening to BBC Radio Lancashire. This is Grin and Tonic, where we have no music knowledge, but we do have great guests and good
We
chat.
do have great guests.
A lot of laid-back chat and laughter. We are joined by James Calderbank, who founded the Transform Hub. Hello.
Hello.
Men's and women's gym in Preston. A gym with a little bit of a difference. And from the ladies' gym, we've got Kylie Gallagher. Hello.
Hello.
So Kylie, I'm really sorry to ask you this, but tell everybody, how old are you? Because it's important to the story.
It is. I'm just clinging to 39.
Just clinging.
Just clinging.
When does 39 go and the big 4-0 happen?
The 4th of February.
So, Kylie,
Can I just say, as somebody who is in her 40s now, that it doesn't matter, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
You will survive it.
they say life begins at 40, don't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So, Kylie, you're from Cotton.
I am.
Yeah, and you decided back in June
Mhm.
that you were going to do something different. Tell us why. What happened?
Yes, I was very unhappy with myself. I was overweight. I'd tried numerous things. I'd done running, walking, different diets. Nothing seemed to work. Never lost any weight, so gave up every time. And just decided something had to change. I needed to feel happy with myself.
And you have an acronym, or you had an acronym back then for this, didn't you? You'd approached the point in your life where you were FFS, which
Yes.
stands for...
I was going to be 40, I was fat and I was single.
And you, of these 3 problems, you said to us off air, you couldn't do anything about being single, you couldn't do anything about turning 40, it was going to happen whether you liked it or not, you weren't going to suddenly develop a showbiz edge
No,
and get
no,
a fake
no.
ID. But the other one, you were feeling fat,
Yeah.
so you decided to do something about
Absolutely,
it.
yes.
And what was the sort of key moment? Was there a key moment where you was like, right, this, I need to do something?
It was a photograph that I
Right.
still look at now.
Do you? Is it on your fridge?
Yeah, and I was horrified by it.
Mm.
Yeah, and I thought something's got to change. So I pressed a button, and here we are.
There you are. So you joined the ladies' gym, and you did the initial 6-week challenge.
Yes.
Tell us, what were your results after 6 weeks?
I lost just over a stone, and
Which is again
Yeah.
amazing.
That is
and
amazing.
yeah,
10 centimetres from around my waist.
Wow. And how did you feel after that first 6 weeks?
Incredible.
Mm.
I loved it. Very apprehensive going, very nervous my first session, didn't know whether I could do it, didn't know whether I could manage the nutrition side of things, but the community support and feeling from everybody. If you have an off day, I know I speak for all the women and men when I say this, an off day or an off week doesn't define you. There's support there, people to rally around you, lift you, help you, and I just felt great after the 6 weeks. I noticed a difference in my clothes, my mental health, my well-being, everything.
But now it's 6 months since you started, and what's your results now to date?
I've lost just over 3 stone and
Which is amazing.
20 centimetres off my waist.
That is just amazing.
Mm.
I mean, look at having only met you today. You're lovely and slim. You know, I
Thank you.
can't imagine you like carrying any weight really. So you look beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
But as we chatted at the start of the show, and we were talking about the scales not defining you, and you don't, you know, there's along the way there's lots of non-scale victories,
Yeah,
aren't there? So it's
absolutely.
not just about weight loss, it's not just about measurements. For you, what else were the victories about finding fitness?
Again, the community support, the friends I've met, been able to achieve things in the classes I didn't think I could, whether it's lifting weights, cardio based, just doing things that I literally never ever thought I'd be able to do, but with the support and guidance, I eat better than I probably have ever done in my life. I probably eat more than I ever have done in my life.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So you're not eating less, you're
Absolutely
eating more,
not,
which
probably
is
eating more
yeah.
than, I was always a skip breakfast kind of person. I sleep a lot better than I have done in years, and just, I feel great.
fantastic. So, February, the big 4-0.
Yes.
What are you going to be doing?
I've got a few plans,
Yeah.
few days and nights out with the girls, and yeah, I'll enjoy myself.
And have you got your outfit planned?
I haven't yet. I need to go.
Because I bet I'm sure that's
Absolutely.
been something you've been visualising
Definitely.
and getting ready for. I actually read a book recently, The Goddess Revolution, and she said, Mel Wells, every time a woman looks at a picture of herself, she always knows what she weighed at that time and how she felt in herself.
Yeah.
So for you, your 40th pictures this year,
Hopefully.
you're going to look back on them years to come and go, look at me! I was amazing. Fabulous. Right. Kylie, thank you very much for joining us here.
Thank you
in
very
Green and
much.
Tonic. What we're playing next?
Next up, we've got Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes, and I've had the time of my life. You're listening to Grin and Tonic on BBC Radio Lancashire with myself, Nicola Adam.
And myself, Gemma Ray, and it's bang on 5 o'clock, and we've got some guests in from the Transform Hub Men's and Women's Gym in Preston. Say hello, guys!
Hi.
Hello.
We're not on our own today, we've got friends today.
It's very full in the studio.
It is nice and warm.
Yeah.
So this is the first show of 2020, and it's January, so we're talking about fitness, but we're talking about what fitness means to you, and we're going to carry on chatting to, it'll be Roxy next, actually, we're going to hear Roxy's story. After this, what are we playing, Nick?
It's Take That and Shine. I absolutely love that. That is Shine and Take That. As you know, biggest Take That fan ever here. So yes, we're talking fitness, we're talking health, we're talking kickstarting your new year, but without doing anything silly. Just making small changes to your life. So, and we have a guest in the studio. We've got millions of guests in the studio today. It's the busiest we've ever been, I think. So now, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Roxy. I joined the Transform Hub with James last year, and I'm here to talk about fitness.
Yeah. What? So, do you know, Roxy, when did you start? When was it?
It's literally a year ago.
Oh, right, okay, so it was
Yeah.
this time last year.
Yeah.
Did you also feel like we do a little bit at the moment, your blood type's B negative, you've just literally come out of a carb coma for 2
Literally.
weeks?
I mean, I sort of have a confession. I was sort of the typical overweight, lazy lifestyle, yo-yo dieter. Believing all the fads, fad diets, diet of the year 2018, buying all the books, and believing all the magazines and television, programs and things like that, and not knowing what was fad or fact, really. Yeah.
And what was it, we talked to Kylie earlier on about, what was that moment where you were like, I've got to make a change? For Kylie, it was seeing a photograph. What was it for you?
It was the same actually. It was
Yeah.
sort of like a I think it was like a series of photographs, not just the one. Sort of made me think. Actually, you know, I'm at the point where I really don't feel happy with myself, and it wasn't just a sort of physical aspect either. It was a mental aspect as well. So. When my aunt recommended the hub, she was so happy with her results that I thought, why not give it a try?
So you knew somebody else who'd kind of gone through the... So let me get this right, James. Your process is you do a 6-week initial challenge with people.
Yep.
And then they get the option to stay on as members if they want to.
Yep, 6 to 12 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, Roxy, you did that initial 6 weeks. We heard Kylie and Jed talk about their results earlier. What did you find after 6 weeks?
I lost 1.5 stone.
Wow,
actually, in the
another
first
one?
6 weeks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
James, have you got a liposuction machine in the corner of your gym? Is this the secret?
We're not magicians, but we're the best thing, well, the closest thing to it anyway.
The only time I've lost that much weight that quickly is when I had norovirus. To be honest with you.
We don't
So
get the viruses.
I'm very impressed with it.
That's what it is. There's a bag of Chubba Chups in the corner that somebody with neurovirus has licked, and you just dish them out, don't you? A bit of gastro flu for 6 weeks, sort of. I'm only kidding. And I'm not trying to belittle your amazing progress in those
All my
initials.
hard work and sacrifice.
No, sorry.
Was that exercise and diet? Did you just tackle them both at the same time? Or?
Everything. I think what you read and what you actually, when you have that initial apprehension, when you turn up to that induction session at the Transform Hall, it just sort of melts away. It's diet, exercise, hydration, nutrition, sort of the physical aspects, and then there's mental aspects as well. So it's multifaceted actually. And so when you're standing on those scales, although like there's a number there after 6 weeks and even after a year, the numbers don't really matter so much.
Yeah.
It's everything else actually.
So
And
talking of everything else, well, first of all, the numbers. So you're a year into it.
Yeah.
What are the numbers?
so I've lost 4 stone
Oh
today.
my goodness! Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
through consistency, hard work and effort, sacrifice as well, but
But I'll ask you the same question. So, in addition to that incredible achievement, what have been your non-scale victories? What else have you kind of won at, or felt that you've been winning at along the journey?
everything really. Mobility, exercise, being more productive at work.
What do you do for a living?
So I work as a stroke researcher.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, so in clinical trials and things like that.
And you were finding that it was helping you stop procrastinate, get a bit more focused.
Yeah, just whatever you can achieve in the gym and push yourself to achieve, whatever your body can achieve, your mind can also achieve. So I feel like in my workplace and in my general life, I felt I was more mentally prepared, more confident.
Did the social aspect help you as well? Because I think like exercising with other people,
Massively.
a massive thing, isn't it?
Yeah, hugely. I think it's one of those things where you push each other in the gym. You sort of like a workout buddy, and it doesn't matter what your background is, where you're from, how old you are. Like you just come into the gym and you just make friends, and that's all it is. And it's so simple when I say it, but actually, James and the team have made it so readily accessible for people to enjoy it and get the most out of it.
I just think generally like exercising with other people, like having a friend or somebody that will do it with you, whatever it is you choose to do to exercise, really makes a massive difference. I mean, I do the park run with my friend Lynn, and the two of us, we wouldn't go on our own probably. We have occasionally recently, but generally we have to go together. We run together. We always do. We always like come one after the other and have like 1 second. Fraction of a second in our time. So if one of us is feeling a bit slow, the other one goes slower as well. But it's like it's that kind of companionship and like
so
not
probably
being in it alone.
Turn up to more sessions and work out that little bit more, and also just share recipes and nutrition plans and ideas that where you're stuck in 1 week and you're struggling to think of new dishes to make for the family and things like that, then you just happily share that on the Facebook group and just in person or anything like that.
And so you've done a year. We're going into a new year.
Yeah.
Are you carrying on?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Could you imagine not doing it?
I can't actually, and I've sort of made it as part of my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And sort of what's reinforced is that you don't give your life up to fitness, and we value our time, and the sessions at the hub just make it feel like it's part of your life, and it's so easy now.
I'm glad you mentioned time, because we're going to talk about that, because the most common excuse for why a lot of people can't do this, and Nicola's just said it off air, is I haven't got time. But we'll talk about that after this. It's Fleetwood Mac, Say You Love Me.
That's Fleetwood Mac and Say You Love Me. You're listening to Green and Tonic on BBC Radio Lancashire. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Talking all things fitness,
We
aren't we?
are.
I know.
Yeah.
We've been joined by the guys from the Transform Hub and James, who runs the Transform Hub. We've had a text message in. It says, "Hi guys, Terry Peelan here. Extremely proud to be a part of the Transform Hub. Keep up the good work."
Oh, you've been brainwashing them well.
Yeah, funny thing about Terry is he's our drunken karaoke man, so he's always the rap star of every night out we're on.
Because you do
Like
social
that,
events as well as, it's not just about lifting weights and eating salad, you do some social stuff too.
Yeah, it's a massive. One of our core values is community. So every month we put events on for the clients and things like that.
And I believe you turned the gym into a nightclub, is that right?
Yeah, the Christmas party. We had 100 people in there. Beer on tap.
Isn't that counterproductive, beer on tap?
No, absolutely not. No, it's moderation. What we're about is showing people how they can still enjoy the life and have the social life, but they've just got to get better in all areas and
Balance, isn't it?
yeah, balance. Yeah.
Balance, that word. Well, we're going to be talking about top excuses for not getting into fitness, because Nicola's just said off air, I haven't got time. So we're going to basically rinse her after this. Let's find out what's happening on the roads with Nick Arkell.
Radio Lancashire.
Rinse it.
Yeah, well, the ladies, I know traffic is quite well overall. Up and down the M6, no problem. Either way, the motorways are generally moving.
Excuse me, I'm starting a boot camp tomorrow. 10 weeks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it starts tomorrow night. Couldn't do the weigh-in because I'm here.
Oh,
Just got a message. Just got a message from the woman.
Local routes
10
are
weeks,
just
that's a long one.
as
10
good,
weeks,
still
yeah.
moving well.
It was 8 weeks originally,
Seen no
but then-
report of
Where's that?
issues.
It's Mel Bartley Fitness in Bamber Bridge. It's just a little tiny.
Is that the lady we had on the other week?
Is it? No, it's at South Wings Business Park.
So I think that means
Yeah.
That's right next where our new men's one's going.
not too bad.
On
There's a
her
gym
estate.
opposite where there's a gym opposite where she is, and it's really, really swanky gym. It's all expensive.
Right,
And
yeah.
then hers is like, well, it's got.
Yeah, we're on the same complex as that. On the men's gym,
Preston,
yeah.
there's a reduced service for Avanti West Coast services. So they are running just less
So-
on them.
That's right, one.
It's good
And
actually,
then
it's
the bit
really
that's
nice.
head between Manchester and Stoke.
It's a good gym, but it's like it's a full lifestyle. That's really expensive to be.
They've got no service, so
Yeah, super expensive.
Yeah,
I'd like to
my
update
you,
Chris has
people, please be
got
safe
roof
and
for his
legal.
whole family.
Groups of 5.
He has meal plans. Well, he spends about $1,200 a month on his family on meals and gym.
There it is, Big Ben.
See, I like.
No, straight up, spends about $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's got Jack was one of my first mentors.
Right.
Lady groups of 5.
Gosh, I'll put it on the podcast. She did it last week.
They've got to spend nearly £200 on that. Spent 70 grand on the change room in the show.
That is crazy.
BBC Radio Lancashire.
I'll work at early week and go as well if you want.
So
You
go on,
get
what
that,
are the
Nick,
top
groups of
excuses? So with this, feel free to chip in.
Okay.
So Nick's going to talk through these excuses. So we talk about I've got time, and you mentioned, you said you were the worst for that. Just make sure you're on a microphone
Paul Young, In Love with the Common People. I love that song. We were just debating whether it was a Christmas song or not.
It's got bells in that.
Definitely a jingly bell in there, wasn't there?
We've got 4 guests in the studio today. Guys, is that a Christmas song or is that a normal song?
Normal.
Christmas.
All right.
I'd say Christmas.
Oh, Christmas, sent in the right.
Split down the middle. Right, it's 5:20. It is Sunday the 5th of January. It's our first Grin and Tonic show of 2020. So our theme has been today, what fitness means to you. We've been joined by James Calderbank, the founder of the Transform Hub. Say hello.
Hello.
And then we've got Jed, we've got Roxy, and we've got Kylie, who are all members.
You sound like a band.
That's the next bit.
Classic band. But we were just been talking off air about excuses, because Nicola, what did you say?
I've not got time.
I ain't got time. I ain't got time. You only start work at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I know I do.
Do you want a wake up call in the morning? I can
No.
start calling you.
You know I'm not a morning person, am I?
So, you found a list, haven't you? Go on.
Yeah, these are the top 10 excuses, or I'll just read a few of them, but I'm too tired to exercise.
What would you guys say to that after having been on your own exercise journey for the last year at least?
For me, the excuse was that I don't have time.
Yeah?
But I still managed to have enough time to have 3 beers after work every night.
And what about the tiredness thing? Because that one was, I'm too tired.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just feel so much more. You've got so much love for life and more energy, that's for sure, when you just exercise.
Because that is the irony, isn't it, of starting a fitness programme. You might be absolutely shattered to start off with, but once you start training, you get more energy.
Yeah, and it's
you
never
don't feel
enough.
as tired.
James was saying earlier about the release of endorphins after a workout.
Yeah, it's not changing, and I think that's great. And I think the thing is as well. It's like if the want's enough, you do it. Like we've all got to live and we've got to pay our way through life. So we always manage to make it into work when we're tired.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, we don't do it for ourselves.
Well, interestingly, actually, we've had a text message in from Mick. Thank you, Mick. And he says, the daft thing is, we have not got time to save our own lives unless a doctor tells us that we have to.
True.
And actually,
Also
we spoke to your friend earlier on. What was Rob? He
Rob,
came on
yeah.
on the phone earlier on, and he said that it was until the doctor said to him, "You've got a problem with your liver. You're pre-diabetic. You need to do something about it." It wasn't until the doctor said it that he made that time. What are the other excuses?
Well, another one is that I can't afford a gym. And I mean, for me, I would say you don't have to fork out for a gym if you don't have any money.
You can train outside,
Yeah.
but like Jed said, then you're having 3 beers a night after work.
Yeah.
How much is a beer these days? I don't drink beer. I haven't got a
Well,
clue.
it's like whatever, £3, isn't it? So if you
That's
think,
cheap,
well,
that.
if you spend, if like I was probably spending £15-20 a day just going to the pub. So
Wow.
if you count that over a month, it's
Yeah.
a lot more money than it costs
Is
to
that
go to
600 quid a
get
month?
fit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wowzers.
Our programme is less than a cost of coffee a day.
Right.
If you split it daily.
This is my argument for why people should buy a newspaper as well, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you.
As well. What other excuses have you got?
I don't have time.
Yeah,
I'm a
is the other
full-time
one.
parent. All of these things, all of these excuses, all the things that I make excuses for, exactly the same. Yeah, you feel like you haven't got time, but you have to.
So I'm a parent, and I also said this same excuse until I started my own little self-discipline challenge. But we started walking to and from school. I mean, he hates it, and my kid does actually lie down in the middle of the road sometimes, just to show me how much he hates it. But I
I've
like
seen it on
It's
Instagram.
brilliant. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see he does it regularly. That's going to be tomorrow morning, back on the school run. But walking to school doesn't cost us anything, and it clears my head. We have a little chat. He moans. He wants to go on Pokemon Go 500 times. It's not happening. But it's doing something, and it's moving.
And this is an interesting one, actually. Another excuse: I don't like to exercise alone. And that's the thing. I was talking about this before. It's so much better exercising with other people. You just feel like you go because you know they're going to be there, so that makes you go, and then the socialising brings you back.
Have you guys found that? Have you got like regular gym mates now?
Definitely.
Yeah, gym besties.
I do 3-6 a.m. in the morning classes.
Say that again.
I
you
do 6 o'clock in the
6
morning
o'clock
classes.
in the morning
yeah.
classes. And do
So
you
I'm tired
yeah.
when the alarm goes off, but I feel a million times better come 7 o'clock. And it's usually the same girls that are there, and yeah, it's great.
There's
Fantastic.
a stat as well from the Gov website. You're training with other people. On average, you're 30% more likely to get the results
Oh right.
training with other people.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah, I
definitely do.
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Another
do.
one is I get bored easily. Exercise is no fun.
Oh, disagree.
What's your favourite exercise to do, guys?
Oh, there's so many that the hub offers. They're always varying, aren't
Yeah.
they? The trainers, like, there's so many trainers.
Have you got a
and so
particular
many-
like movement that you're good at? Because everybody hates burpees, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a deadlift.
You like
Yeah.
a deadlift?
I like a deadlift.
I
as
like
well.
a deadlift.
I like weights as well. I
Yeah, it's
can
quite
come up with
empowering
that.
when you've lifted heavier
Yeah.
than the last time.
Yeah,
I think
very
everyone
good.
hates burpees, though. I think
Oh,
that's possible.
yeah.
What about the finisher roulette that we do there?
What's that
Sally.
mean? What's that? Explain
Yeah.
that.
Do you look at the Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
each section has a different like finisher on there. So after the workout, you have a 5-minute like it might burn a bit, like you're
Yeah.
squatting,
Plank.
burpee challenge, plank challenge. So you spin the
spin
thing,
the wheel.
spin the wheel at the
Yeah.
end, and it lands
Yeah.
on whatever that lands on. That's your challenge.
Oh, what's
for the
that thing
session.
called where you have to just sit against a wall? Just
Wall
sit.
A wall sit.
Oh my.
They're
yeah.
awful.
Yeah. They're awful, honestly.
They are awful.
Particularly if you have to have like a weight as well.
Yeah.
It's worth the 20 kilo plate on your lap as well. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
What was
In
the
it, Jeb?
what was
Yeah, Chris Kernan put 50 kilos on me last week
Oh.
and laughed at me while I had to
Say
do
that
it.
again. You can. So to explain a wall sit, you lean against the wall as if you sat on a chair, but there's no chair
Yeah.
there, and you have 50 kilograms
Yeah,
on your lap.
yes, for like 30 seconds.
No, thank
But-
you.
That is
So
really
there's times
painful.
when there's no
Ouch.
chair. You're sorted.
And what was the
I
last?
think this is the
rubbish
classic one
excuse?
because that's certainly sometimes why I don't do anything. It's like I feel too fat, too old, too uncoordinated, too embarrassed to exercise. So you don't want to go because you feel like you're going to be the odd person out. You're going to feel disgusting. Everyone else is going to be like gym bunnies in their
Yeah.
lycra, whatever. I think that's something that we've all had at some point.
What would you say to that, guys? Everybody's got to start somewhere.
I think that was,
Yeah.
yeah, that was
I
definitely
think everybody
me.
feels that when they walk
Yeah.
in, but very quickly after.
You get to the point, don't you, where you realise nobody cares. Focus on you. Nobody cares.
Yeah, whatever apprehension you have, you know you're with like-minded people that
Yeah.
all want the same thing.
And that'll support you with that.
Very good.
It's like we were all a bit nervous coming here today, weren't we? Now we've come in, we've settled down a bit. And it's
You're
exactly
right.
the same with anything new you're doing. No matter
Yeah.
what you do new, you're always going to feel like that, whether it's fitness or not. So
I always say it's like, remember the first day you started school or the first time you started a new job and how you felt on that very first day? Anything new that you do in life,
Yeah.
Just out of your comfort
get
zone.
out of your
Yeah.
comfort zone. That's all it comes back to. Right, well, I think we're gonna have to play a song, unfortunately.
I just got one more
Go
though
on,
first.
then.
One more. I don't like to sweat. This one I can, because I often don't want to wash my hair, so I'm like, well, I don't want
Yeah.
to go because then I'll have to wash my hair. Now I've got around this slightly by not washing my hair quite so much.
That's
So,
what dry shampoo
If you
is
see
great
me
for.
at work and you wonder why Nicola's wearing her hair up again, you know why.
Because you've been training in the
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
it's like a badge of honour, that. It's,
But not washing your hair is not a good enough excuse. As Mick said, who texted in, you know, we've all got time to save our own lives because, you know what, our bodies
Enough.
are the only place we have to live, really, aren't they? Health is your wealth. Well, guys from the Transform Hub, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thanks for having us on.
Thank
Cheers.
No problem. This is Don't Start Now. No, do start now. Start today. Dua Lipa is going to sing Don't Start Now, but it's talking about your
Very
fitness.
confused
That was the
now.
wrong
Yeah.
song to put on
This
there.
is the wrong song to play right now. Don't listen to Dua Lipa, we'll do, but start your fitness journey today. There you go.
Hi guys, James here from the Hub. Now I've got a really good tip for you. Saves me loads of time in the day and I've just wanted to share it with you. Now, the first step, get a glass. Virtually free. Run the tap, make sure it's nice and cold. Get your glass.